All right, good evening, folks. Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. I am not set up over here. There we go. I don't know if this thing's actually live or not live. There we go. Good evening, Rob. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you from the office. Evening, Jason. Good evening, Molly. I have unfortunately just now sat down to eat because, again, lasagna takes forever to cook. So apologies if I munch. Hey, good evening, Mr. Spicy. How's everything going? I had a question for you, brother. You got any more of the stickers? I want to get a couple more stickers from you. As you can see, that one's doing fantastic, man. That vinyl sticker, that thing has lasted on there for, I don't know, I think I've had it on here like 2-3 years now. So if you've got any more stickers, yeah, I know, right? I know where you work. I can get over there. Well, I mean, I can drive over there. It's a long drive, but yeah. Good evening, Daniel and Tiffany. Oh, you know what? I can give him some armor. That I can do. Give me just a second to get on my YouTube side. Since YouTube never pops me up right away, I always got to search for myself. But that he does. I've got no problems giving my boy good old Rancheroni. And there we go. Situation all squared away. Yeah, but do they pay you for the stickers? Because I want some stickers. I want some more stickers. Stickers are good. I have been watching you torment your coworkers, though, and the poor gas station guy. That lady's reaction, though, was hilarious. You made him eat that? No, we chose to eat it. Bam. Well, you've been, yeah, with the freaking stuff you've been eating over there 2 times. What was that? Bourbon-soaked Scotch bonnet with the bajillion degree capsaicin powder stuff that you got a big old jar. Like watching that one, like 2 seconds into biting that thing, I could feel the burn from my side of the screen. Well, that depends on this kind of stickers, but yeah, the southern stickers, yeah, those things hurt. You got to wear like iron shoes. I mean, oh, today. So, what did you eat today? Now, see, I got to go see what you ate. Because now I'm curious. But first, I have to stop scrolling in order to see what you ate. Oh, let's see if I can find Mr. Spicy. Where is your shorts? Shorts? What the heck kind of chips are them? I kind of want some. Firestorm chips, Inferno Candy Company. Wait, Inferno Candy Company's doing chips now? What the heck? They're like Carolina Reaper infused freaking. You know, I want to see the Hell Puff. You still clowning on those dudes that do the stupid hot pepper challenges, but they don't show you the backside of the pepper and all the seeds and everything else is all wonked out of there, and you're over here burning to the core, eating hotter shit than Inferno. Oh, please tell me that wasn't the. Oh man, I feel the burn just looking at that gummy bear. Oh, not on your shorts yet, but some of the other ones have been. The bomb, plus a little nitro. Ooh. Pocky, oh, damn. They haven't put out any of the new Pocky chips yet for 2025? Ooh, that ghost pepper looks nice. Where the hell did you find wasabi pepper? Or wasabi powder? No video, no cuts. Nice. No more Pockies? Gotcha. Drinks are in the freezer. They've been in there a while. I still got about probably 2-3 hours. I've had this thing running since yesterday, and I haven't even emptied it. It's now that I've got other patrons in the house is more ventilated. They can actually leave the windows open. Damn. 50 Pockies. So it's what, just basically essentially spicy chips for you at this point? Yeah. Nice. Let's see, speaking of which, let's see, where is... Everything's positive. It's easier to find things on my computer. Ooh, nice. Yeah, you're just about getting close to being verified by YouTube there, Mr. Spicy. I could go with the real name, but those who know, know. And those who don't know, don't need to know. Unless they need to know. In which case... Good evening, Obstacle. How's it going? Yeah, that'll be nice. That's the silver one, ain't it? For the 100K pay button? The silver one? I think, I don't remember. I have not gotten there, and I probably won't get there for a long time, but you've worked your butt off to get that. So I'm going to say pre-congrats on getting your button, because I know you'll get that soon. Just keep throwing out them spicy shorts, and you'll be going pretty quick. Have you gotten any tormented any more of your coworkers with hot peppers? You might make it before a month. It's only, what, like 800 more to go? Yeah, you'll get there quick, brother. You'll get there mad quick. And me, I'm all straight losing my ability to do hot stuff for some reason. I don't know why. My whiteness has kicked in, and losing my ability to eat hot, spicy food. I had a little pepper the other day, and I bought her a couple weeks ago, and I about died eating that thing. Waiting on peppers. Nice. Well, as always, I look forward to seeing those videos when they come out. Assuming I can stop scrolling long enough to watch them. Just kidding. Still love that sticker, by the way, man. That thing has held on for like 3 years. I've had that on the same water bottle. So the only other one that's lasted long enough is the one from Malcolm from Hidden Woodsman. It's the only other sticker that's lasted almost as long. Oh yeah, because at least with mouth burn, you can that one dissipates after a while. Gut burn sits there for a hot minute until you start munching on stuff. But I'll be dead honest, I'd love to do another Death Nut challenge if they've got like a version 4.0 or whatnot going out anytime soon. Maybe we can convince Blake to do it. I would suggest Jimmy do it, but the last time he kind of turned it out on us after about the third one, he died on that one. I wonder who else we could get doing it. Ooh, maybe Mike. Nah, Mike would wuss out. I don't think he'd do it. Although, I wonder if we could get Squirrel to do it. That'd be fun. Oh yeah, no, dude, Jason, I think you would die doing those those freaking nuts. I still have my box from when I did it the first time. It's a memento of my completion for that level. I think it'd be fun to do another hot nut challenge. Maybe on a Saturday or something, or like a day off when I don't have to go to work. I'd be up for it. Except for my days off, Phil works, and Phil works on my days off, or vice versa. So it'd still be fun to do. It would still be fun to do. Rob, I think you would probably die eating these freaking stupid, ridiculously hot peanuts. Still wouldn't mind doing it. Force myself to do it. I'd have fun. I should get a white lightning so I can do a white lightning bar. I don't think I'll do devil's tongue, but I could probably do the white lightning. Well, just eat the hottest pepper the one time and you'll be good to go for the rest of the year, assuming you don't have a heart attack. But we're not endorsing heart failure on a live stream eating hot, spicy stuff. Almost. I've been sitting here for 15 minutes with it. Still hotter than Hades. But I'm not doing a motion, so I'm good on that one. Hey, Howie, good to see you. How's it going? Comment coming through loud and clear. Drip water all over me. Good evening, Cecilia. And for you, Cecilia, right there. That's my dinner. And Grace, good to see you. Hello, 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 everybody. Super excited to see everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. And Mr. Howie over there, aka Food Forest Permaculture, his forest mounds over there are going absolutely crazy. He's got food galore like nobody's business. Squashes, cucumbers, melons. He had like watermelon in there somewhere, I think I saw. Had, God, what else did he have in there? Some big old canas, some Valencia lemons. Only 6 more hours to go, right, Rob? Yep, saw that one. You guys got a ton of figs. It was like, what, 6 boxes of figs? Or were those the lemons? My engagement died. There's like 5 people in there. That's weird. Let's do the chat poppy outie, get that started, and we can start getting underway for the original topic. Oh, those were the golden plums? Gotcha. I must have misheard then when you were talking about it. I'm also half the time I'm listening to stuff while I'm at work, trying to get hours for everybody, or at least trying to get everybody views. Do what I can. I do what I can. Greek honey figs. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Let's see what that looks like. The yellow ones. This is the yellow fig. Interesting. Not your standard green fig. Who are you asking? Nice. No worries, Daniel. Sorry, folks. Trying to scarf down a bit of food today. I haven't eaten since yesterday. So I'm just trying to load up. I do have some interesting snacks to try today. I now have these kind of beef jerkies. So interesting. So I'm going to try the bacon and cheddar, and then I've got the original. They also had cheddar jalapeno, and they had a spicy one, which was a habanero and something else mix. And I was like, ooh, let's not try that one just yet. Oops, and I just dumped all of my robins on the ground. So we might be trying those later on the second live. I feel like I'm offset just a bit. There we go. So, how's everybody's weekend so far? Hope everything is good. First off, they shouldn't be borrowing your land to put their crap on. That's called theft. I'd value it at $10,000 or more. That way it becomes a felony. Then again, I don't know how the laws run in the UK, so could be a misdemeanor. Yeah, I would get that back as soon as possible. Because I'd be pissed. I'll tell you right now, if my neighbor did that to me, I'd burn their house down. But you didn't hear me say that. But I also have survey markers on all sides of my property, so I know where all the survey property markers are. Yeah, market is $10,000. Right? I'm telling you, Rob, I would claim it as a $10,000 at least minimum. That way you can get at least a probate for mental anguish having to deal with this. On the plus side, though, yeah, let's hope they decide to settle and give you back your line. Now, it's possible they might, depending on the new owners. Now, they might just settle this out of court and just be like, we'll take down the fence and move it back to the original property line. If they do, at least on the plus side, you'll have a free garden space that's already well established, I'd guess. And as every right you should have to be an asshat about that. They stole your property. I really should add those potatoes. So I'm going to be right back, folks. I'm going to go grab something to show you guys. even though it's going to be a short presentation because we only got like 30 minutes left. Neighbor's dog's freaking out for some reason. All right, so anyways. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would have been a nice gesture, but no. Some people are turds. All right, so I have with me a brown paper bag. It is an ordinary brown paper bag. No hole on the bottom, hole on the top. Can anybody guess what is inside the brown paper bag? It is roughly 2 pounds, 3.6 ounces. 3 ounces, 6 grams. I've been slowly collecting these out of my garden for the last week or so. I am not getting a massive harvest on these. Wish I was, but I am not. But this is actually the best I've done with this particular, with a variety of this type. So I'm going to give you guys just a few minutes. Ooh, it could be novelty shaped gravel. Similar texture. Ooh, damn. Grace got that one quick. I wish it was corn. I haven't even harvested my corn. Ha! Man, Jason, you know how happy I'd be if I had 2 pounds of Peter Peppers? No, not three raccoons in a trench coat. It is, in fact, I actually have more of these because I still have a whole bunch. I still have all of these ones that I technically haven't added to the pile. But I have, this is going to make a mess, I know it is, a whole bunch of little potatoes. And it's like the whole bag is like this the whole way through. It's just a bunch of like little fingerlings. I might save that one just because it's already got eyes on it. But yeah, I've had, that's one of my bigger ones. That's another one. Considering these were bad potatoes, I still got a whole bunch more in the bag. I just don't have enough room on my desk to throw it all in there. Worst part is I get these little guys, these little scrub potatoes. These little tiny nubbins. These guys are at least decent, you know, pan fry or whatnot. Little smaller ones. They're not too bad. Some of them are a little soft, but they are just chilling in the bag, and, you know, kind of firming up a little bit. But yeah, I haven't been showing any videos of this because it's kind of depressing in a way that I've been sitting here growing these things all season long, and this is the best I get out of it. Out of throwing a full-grown potato in the dirt, that's all I'm getting out of it. Now, mind you, like I said, it is about 2 pounds worth of potatoes. So, I mean, all in all, I'm not doing terrible this season. The spot where I'm growing them actually did fairly good. So I think I might just rework the soil a little bit and then continue growing them in that same spot. Oop, my camera's going to be a little blurry. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I like the little taters too. I just haven't tried any to see how they taste. My camera's going to be weird. Give me a second. Ooh, And they changed it. I can turn that off. Give me 1 second. There we go. Because it's never the raccoons. It can never be the raccoons because 3 raccoons in a trench coat would have eaten all my potatoes. Hey, Deb, how's it going? Yeah, they're basically fingerlings, so they're like small, like potatoes, kind of like those little purple ones you buy in the bags. I didn't even grow any of those this year. I usually grow some of those. But I'm getting, every time I grow potatoes, I'm getting a little bit better at it. I think they like the spot where I grew them last season, or this season. So I'm going to try them in the same spot again. We'll see. I've got another set in the back in another container. I just threw 1 or 2 in there, and I'm going to wait for the plant to pretty much die off, and then I'm going to pull them. That one I'll probably do the video on just to see the difference in location and pot depth. Oh, nice. Deb's got some free chicken, some good free chicken, and yes, I agree, Grace. That does sound really nice to throw a little bit in there. But you got to try to get them all the same size because the smaller ones will cook faster than the bigger ones. So you got to kind of match your potato sizes so you don't get the off cooking. So one potato's not, you get one potato that's super soggy and the other one's still crunchy like you just pulled it out of the ground. Oh, man. And I am still slowly getting beans and cowpeas. I haven't started harvesting the black turtle bush beans yet. They're still starting to produce. I've got another plant. I think it was my Kentucky Wonder pole beans. They have not produced anything yet, but I'm assuming due to the weather change, they should start producing heavily very soon. Deb, not Dad. Question for you, Deb. That's supposed to say Deb, not Dad. Jason may or may not be typing funny today. But yeah, so far with my potatoes, I'm actually happy. That's the best potato harvest I've had. Then again, I usually only plant like 3 or 4 potatoes and kind of get hardly anything. But this season, I planted a whole bunch of potatoes that my mom brought from school. And it was like 25 potatoes. I was dead honest, hoping for a bit more of a harvest. I was hoping for some really big ones, but it's hard to get really big potatoes when you only plant them in about 7 inches of dirt. But again, I am still very happy, very pleased with my outcome of what I've got. Was it what I hoped for? No, not really. But that's I would say, I can't even say perks of gardening. It's not really a perk. It's just one of the outcomes of gardening. You win some, you lose some. And, it just is what it is. That's how you learn to garden better, by failing numerous times or learning ways not to do it. And that's how I see it with the potatoes. I didn't give them a lot of fertilizer, so they just kind of did what they did. Oh, nice. So Deb's got a nice variety of, there's the update for that one. For those who are always interested in Deb's quails, we are. So Deb's now got a new set of quail stock. Hopefully these ones will work a little better than the last batch. But Deb, didn't you say you were doing like 45 of them things? Something like that, wasn't it? Half for you and half for the neighbor? I believe is what you told us last week. Man, dripping water everywhere. Oh, and another one that's doing good is the my cucumbers. My cucumber plants are going nuts right now. And I'm kind of glad I don't have more than the ones that I do have, because I think if I did, I'd have to be watering those things constantly. I water them about every 2-3 days, but they're in a spot where they're shady, and they are producing. So as you guys saw on the short the other day, I had that. Oh, his eggs didn't do well. Oh, that's not good. God damn it. There we go. So, as you guys saw in that short, that cucumber that I harvested, I didn't measure it. Wow, I've got nobody watching. What the crap? I don't trust you. How many people I got over here? Damn, where'd everybody go? Didn't hatch well. That is unfortunate. So, there we go. Dude, it said, all of a sudden, it said nobody was watching. That was insane. I don't know what's going on. Algorithm's weird. Yeah, it literally says, now it says 2 people are watching. Anyways. So I weighed out that cucumber, and it was 12 ounces exactly. Ow, 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 ow. Left foot's trying to cramp on me. And I was actually kind of surprised that, considering, like I said, that I almost killed that plant 3 times. And it's still producing regardless. So I'm shocked that I've nearly murdered a plant multiple times, and it still decided to give me a nearly 1 pound cucumber. I've got more on the back vine. Like I said, I've got 3 plants back there on a trellis system, and it is going. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it's not. I don't remember what variety of cucumber it is, unfortunately, because they're from seeds that I just have laying around that I knew were. Oh, no, sorry. They were the Easy Sow cucumbers from Ferrymore's. I still had like 2 bags of those, so I just planted what I had to finish off 1 pack. And that's what popped out. And the Easy Sow ones are the ones that have that red coating. That's supposed to help retain water when it gets wet, so they germinate faster. Mine took almost 2 weeks to germinate, which is usually like a 7-day process, like 5 to 7 days at best. I don't know, it was just weird. They just didn't take off, and then all of a sudden they sprouted out and went crazy. I didn't even put a marker in there for, normally I put a marker in there for when I plant it, and I forgot to put a marker in there because they weren't doing anything. And then all of a sudden they took off, and now I've got 3 plants that are taking over that whole section. I need to show you guys that section back there. I'll take a short for it later, and then I'll post that. I might do that first thing tomorrow, just so you guys can see what's going on back there. But it's going crazy. I have like 5 more cucumbers growing on that plant. Same size as the last one, maybe a little bigger. I'll probably harvest those tomorrow in a video. That way we at least have something. Because my whole summer has been just basically me trying to keep my plants alive. And my sunflowers. Oh, I did harvest, by the way, about 6 sunflower heads because the birds were starting to peck at them. So I picked the one from the 6-minute video. I think I posted that. No, I did not. I did not post it. But I picked some of the flower heads. I picked about 6 of them so far. And I've got them sitting out here on a chair under a container drying, so the birds don't get to them. And those are probably going to be some of my seed stock for next season. I still have all of these ones, which I'll probably do something with next year. Curry cucumber soup. Yeah. I would just buy the cucumbers just to tear them apart to get the seeds. I mean, I don't necessarily eat cucumbers myself, but... Ooh, nice. They're starting tomorrow, huh? Or are they starting on Monday? Because starting a construction project on Sunday seems kind of stupid, in my opinion. There we go. Now I got 7 people in here. What the heck, man? That was weird. Well, Deb, can't you can feed the cucumbers to the quail, can't you, when they're old enough? Or are they not like chickens where they won't touch certain things? I'm going to be right back. I'm going to pull my Red Bulls out of the freezer. I don't want them to explode. All right, Red Bull situation sorted. Yeah, no, I'm not even worried about the air conditioner. No, bummer. I thought they would eat like similarly to like a chicken and just peck at the ground, to get whatever they need. But again, I've never grown anything. Do you give them a head of lettuce or do you cut the lettuce? Because I know with chickens, you can just throw a whole head of lettuce out there and they'll just peck at it until it's gone. Kind of same with a lot of fruits. You just throw it out there and they'll just peck at it till it's disintegrated. Oh, that sucks. I'd say a genetic default. Yes, they do. I've seen the videos. It's funny. Because to some extent, chickens are omnivores. I mean, I've seen them eat lizards. The lizard is technically meat. I don't know about a hornworm. I don't know if a hornworm would be considered meat because it's technically a bug. Oh, you give them the funky leaves? Gotcha. On the plus side, my dinner's almost gone. That's all that's left. Oop. I ain't never seen a duck eat meat. Well, that is weird. I didn't even know a duck could eat meat. All gone. Now I don't have to hear anyone crying, complaining about my alcohol consumption. And now my thing went weird. Oh yeah, chickens will chase mice. I've seen it. I have seen it. They don't do it often. They look all pretty and all nonchalant until they start taking your sausage roll. All gone. All consumed. I also ate the rest of my bag of hot Cheetos before, while I was waiting for my stuff to cook. Oh, I feel full now. I feel good though. I got brownies. Oh, wait. I do have cookies. Oh, wait. I have the Oreo cookies. Oh, wait, dust bunnies. I've also got a bunch of cheese puffs. These things are dry, though. They're, like, super dry. Ooh, that one was, might have been possibly open. Brownie bites literally look like kibble. Nah. See, it's a good thing I'm not eating cookies. I'm eating the brownies. Man, these are hard. Almost. I would say stale, but I don't think it's a physical possibility. Yes, they are. They're like $8 a bag. I don't know about all that. It looked like dog food, but it's not dog food. Crunch is like dog food. You know, Saport. You know the funny thing is, you can eat dog food. Every ingredient in dog food is the same stuff we eat. You can eat dog food. I used to eat dog biscuits, but that's neither here nor there. We can talk about that on the other sector. I just eat brownies. I eat like 3 or 4 of them at a time. Because that stuff is essentially just like brownie paste that they run through an extruder and then they just cut it. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why during the Great Depression, those guys learned how to cook some interesting foods that were highly nutritious and only took like 3 ingredients. Because I guarantee you right now, if the Great Depression happened again in this day and age, half these people would die. You'll know which ones had the intelligence and ingenuity to survive, and the rest of them will just get wiped out. So I'm just waiting for the 3-month global power outage to happen to watch all of everybody's struggle. I've got food. I think I'll be all right, only because I garden. The best part is only a handful of people know I have my garden. Well, minus you guys on here on YouTube land. But from the streets, you can't really see much because, again, I have it covered with sunflowers. And next year I will be redoing that whole section. I'm going to go out a bit from my fence, and I'm just going to do a solid trench or boxes. I'm going to make a bunch of 6-foot boxes. Although I'm going to measure from where I have to be to where I need to make them, and then I'll probably just go from there. But I'll do them about a foot wide, roughly about a foot deep, no bottom. So they're basically just going to be walls. I mean, I can plant in there with a little bit more discretion and a little bit more spacing, so I can actually get bigger plants, hopefully with bigger flower heads. And then I just got to figure out my watering system. Watering system I don't think is going to be too hard for me. I've got soaker hose. I've got a soaker hose kit. I'm just going to cut it to where I need modifications and just run it that way. Or I may just do one long 20-foot trench from end to end and just go that route. Might be easier. We'll see. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's why I stock up on a lot of things. Everybody thinks I'm weird. The only ones that probably wouldn't think I'm weird are preppers. But, I mean, if you garden heavily, like if you've got a big section of your plot, good plot that you're gardening on, and you've got all kinds of food growing left and right, you're technically not a gardener, you're a mini prepper. You're doing it not just for, yourself. You're doing it for other reasons. I mean, I don't garden just for myself. Yes, I do it. A lot of it's just to keep me sane from going, wanting to remove souls from existence. But at the same time, it's a beneficial thing. I get food from it, peace of mind. Nobody really bugs me about it. I can give whatever I have extras, friends, family, coworkers, whatever have you. Just kind of helping out the community. You got a possum and a raccoon? Yeah, pretty. It's a lot of it is zen if you get to a certain point, but it's getting to the point where everything runs smoothly and you don't have to do a lot to maintain it. I say this despite the fact that I really want about 5 to 10 acres worth of growing space to do way more than what I'm doing now. Because I would have sections of crop rotation. I would have stuff that I know I can grow in short seasons, something that grows fast, grows abundant. I could use as like mulch, what have you. Elephant grass is a great thing to grow. It provides a nice thick border if you need to, and then you can just cut it down, let it dry out, and mulch it up, and you have basically free mulch and free fertilizer parts. I mean, that's what I did with all the stuff from my neighbor's house. Actually, most of the stuff from my neighbor's house actually stayed at my neighbor's house. I probably 50, 60 pounds of that stuff, give or take, if not more. And I covered every section of garden that she has in the back area, plus a tree with like 8 inches of that. After re-digging out the freaking ring for the tree, that thing was, it needed work. So I had to dig it, basically essentially a well around it, a ring, so that would do a little better. So far, since doing it, that tree has drastically improved. I cut off a massive dead branch, which is almost the center branch. something happened with that and it just didn't do well. Trimmed off of that for her, trimmed off all the dead stuff, chopped all the dead stuff, so that all kind of went in back into where the tree ring is at, and went from there. And she watered. I told her to water it like every 2-3 weeks, like every good solids, just soak every week, and it should be fine because it's under like 6-8 inches of mulch. I just hope none of that stuff decides to randomly sprout, even though it was drying for like 8 months. But who knows? I feel like something's crawling at me. Who knows? Possums don't do much. They usually just kind of sit there. Hey, Pappy, good to see you. Yes, indeed, that is true. You do need a lot more equipment. You do need a lot more. You also need a lot more help. But again, I really want like 5 to 10 acres so I can do a lot more. I can put a small little house on the property and grow in bigger spaces. I can grow more corn because I'm growing corn in small sections to see where it's going to do the best. Every time I grow something, I test different locations of the property to see where it's going to thrive and establish and produce the most amount that I can get off of it. If I can get to the point where I can sustain production of fruits and vegetables, I would do it. Because there's not a lot of places, other than major box stores, grocery stores that, just produce for the little man. Everybody always wants an arm and a leg for produce. But, hey, come down over here and, we can have a little mini farmer's market over here on this end and we can just trade off and do whatever. I mean, dirt cheap. You shouldn't be selling a cucumber for $1.50. I'd be selling cucumbers for 50 cents. I wouldn't even care. Yeah, in the long run, it's going to hurt my, the back end's going to hurt a little bit because, upfront costs, you're not making, hundreds of thousands of dollars a season trying to grow vegetables like the conglomerates are. You're over here just a little man on a small property just trying to help out neighbors and, the community. Essentially, that's what it would end up being. It would be an owned community garden. People can come in, maybe take, help a little bit. You want to help grow something? Sure, you can have a couple of these, a couple of these. Just as long as, you put in a little bit of work to help maintain the space, I'd go for that. Probably wouldn't have anybody to help me do it, but hey, you know what? I would do it anyway because I think it would be fun. I'm enjoying growing food. It's a hell of a lot less stressful than going to the casino or half the other hobbies that I've got that I stopped doing because they were getting way too expensive. Couple of eggs, shit. 10 acres, I'd be able to put a huge chicken run on that property. I mean, I could put a huge chicken run or a big old chicken coop. Hell, for that matter, I might just end up making a chicken. Hell, you know what? Screw that. I would buy a like the tough sheds, like a small tough shed, and I would modify one of those as a chicken coop and then just just fence in a good section of chicken area, like big old sector of footage, and just mark that as a chicken run and then just let the chickens more or less run free across the property. I could probably have 30, 40 chickens. No problem. I'd be getting more than enough eggs during the summer production season. And even in the wintertime, I'm probably still going to get a couple dozen eggs every day or so. Or every 2 days. Hell, maybe even 3 days. If I got 2 dozen eggs every 3 days, I'd be happy with that. Shit. I would just sell eggs in like 4-packs or 6-packs and just be like, here, $1.50, $2, like for $1.50 for a 6-pack of eggs. Fuck. 50 cents an egg, essentially. Or, whatever. 50 cents every 2 eggs. Who cares? So basically 25 cents an egg. I'm not killing me. Well, yeah, that's because Hispanic neighborhoods, they got everybody and their grandma grows shit because you can't, stuff's expensive. So, I mean, that's how they do it. It's no different than the standard, what were they, the brain fart, brain fart, Victory Gardens. Yeah, that's literally no different than. I mean, that's what I want to do. That's kind of where I'm trying to go with on my property is, mini Victory Gardens. Only problem is I can't put any of the stuff in the ground because cats and dogs will dig it up. They'll piss and shit all over my stuff. And I got trees that still want to violate my planters. So I have issues with that. Aside from that, that's kind of why I want the acreage. So I can put fruit trees because they're going to be less invasive for root systems than the, standard shade trees, like cottonwoods, elm trees, things of that nature. Those have an extensive root system and they just keep growing and growing and growing, and they don't stop with the canopy size. Most fruit trees will not get wider than the canopy of most fruit trees will not get wider than the base of the root or the root base of the tree itself. But then again, you can always get dwarf variety trees, keep them to 10 to 12 feet. And yes, 12 feet would be considered a dwarf tree for certain species. Like all of my trees are dwarf trees, but if you let them grow, they will grow. If you want to stop them from growing so they kind of bush out, you got to cut the leader. Well, with the trees, what they do is I still have one living cottonwood in my front half of the property, and it sends out long, stringy roots. And what they do is those roots will get intermingled in with all of the other plant matter, like the other plant roots, and they kind of like strangle them out or suck up all the water and nutrients for the plant, and then your plants kind of suffer. So when you pull out a plant, you get the plant roots, and then you have all the little dangly strings from the other tree roots trying to choke it out. So I always got to yank those things out, and I yank them out by the handfuls every time. It's a right pain in the keister. So it sucks having shade trees to an extent. I'd rather have fruit trees. At least I'm getting multiple benefits from having fruit trees. You're getting free food to eat, little care and maintenance. They more or less tend to themselves. The only thing you got to do is go out there and pick the fruit off. Any fruits that you don't use, you can smash and get the juices from. So like apples, you can get apple juice, like literally just the straight concentrate juice. You can turn that into multiple things. You can do meads, you can do wine, you can do like apple honey, you can do apple butters if you have, the setup for it. Anything else, basically once you're done with that, you got free food for any of the livestock you have. So if you've got cows, goats, pigs, chickens, any sort of that nature, you just dump the scraps into their food bins and they'll just eat it. And then you got basically an endless cycle of free food to basically farm to table. How do you get a ditch full of sweet potatoes? That's crazy. I didn't grow sweet potatoes this year. I didn't have enough area to do them. I kind of do, but don't. Last year when I did them, I kind of threw them in with the corn, and I don't think that worked out so well for either the corn or the sweet potatoes. I'm pretty sure if I dug down in the bottom of one of my planters, I'm pretty sure I'm going to find a sweet potato sticking down at the bottom of that thing, just sitting down there. Because I never got all the sweet potatoes out of one of my planters. But I just noticed the time, folks. I know this one went a slight bit longer than usual. We got off to a little slow start on this one, but that's okay. It is what it is. Hopefully this one will still get a decent amount of rewatchability under, being under a certain time. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one real quick, folks. I will catch you here on the second one in just a few minutes. Let me go get my beverages set up and ready, and I will catch you on the second live. Do me a favor on the way out, hit that thumbs up, and share this out with as many possible people as you can. I'd like to get my numbers up just a little bit more this season, if at all possible, but I thank each and every one of you for being here to this evening or tonight in some cases, and other cases this morning. But catch you guys here in just a bit. See you in a few minutes. Somebody Fox It Outdoors signing off.